So, on days like that, you force yourself. Actually, remember something that motivates you. For me, it's money. Actually, remember money. Over the days I just want to sleep. I'm like, you know what, today, no. Then I remember, how will you earn more money if you're sleeping on job? I also remember my boss usually says no excuses. There's a time I decided to be stupid. I went out, I lost my voice, and I was like, Kevin, I can't make it today. My boss was like, that's on you.
Hey.
So did it work. And so I think remembering that part of why they pay me is showing up regardless of how I feel. That's part of the reason why they pay me. Like, I have to show up, and I have to bring that energy. You find it within yourself. You find what motivated you to start this job, what is motivating you to stay in this job, and then that's what you use as a clutch on days when you feel like, oh, I did, Nedda. So that's what I use for my motivation, money, my family. I love my younger siblings.
Buckle up, Uganda. It's time for WAWULIDDE. Join Ahmed and Karim as we dive into lives of fascinating individuals from all walks of life. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode number 8. And today we are joined by the talented and Beast MVP 2022, Debby Kiggwe. You're most welcome to our show.
Was it not 2023?
I forgot maybe.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Debby Kiggwe, and I'm just happy to be here. You know, this is my first interview outside of NRG with you guys. So you guys should be honored, because when people start looking through the archives, they're going to be like, the first interview I ever did outside of the radio station was actually here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very honored.
I'm also happy to be here, by the way. Happy to meet you guys. You guys are interesting characters.
Really?
I think I remember you.
From?
Thank you, man.
I think you watched our videos.
It has to be from somewhere. You seem like those people that go wild at parties.
Anyway,
yes.
We do love partying. And once again, most welcome. This is WAWULIDDE the Talk Show. We're happy to have you on our show.
So today I think I'm going to be talking about my journey.
Yeah. Who is Debby?
Who is Debby? Debby is someone who loves talking. Before I say I'm a radio presenter, I must say I'm someone who loves talking. But not only that, I'm someone who is very passionate about everything I do. For now, it's radio. But like later, I'm not going to give you all the tea now. I would like to get into other things as well. Because I'm someone who also loves charity. Like that's in the big picture for me. But like how I do that is starting my brand now. Along the way, I want to do something bigger for the community. So I'd say Debby is a giver. Debby is someone who loves talking. And Debby is a radio presenter. But I don't immediately introduce myself as a radio presenter. So yeah, a giver, a radio, I would say a taker. So when it comes to money.
One
small thing. I think that you're here.
Okay. No, that's okay. Yeah, so that's Debby. That's who I see myself as. You're a family girl as well.
So taking us back to Debby, you also even corrected me. Beast MVP 2023. So
yeah, but I didn't even win.
Why?
I didn't win.
How?
You guys didn't know.
Wow. That's interesting.
You come to go to NRG.
Okay.
But I was too special to let
we shall get to that point. Okay. So growing up, going through school or what? Was it your dream being at radio, doing
this side mass com and stuff?
To be honest, at a certain point it was, but for me it wasn't radio. I looked more of things like BBC, like newscasting, presenting. But I did listen to a lot of radio growing up. I would every morning. I think I would do chores Saturday morning, but every morning I was on radio from 7 a.m. to about 3 p.m. Like, I loved radio. I loved the whole thing of especially listening to new music. Getting new music that even I can download on the side. So I didn't exactly think radio presenter, but what I would say is I love to talk. I love to talk. From a young age, whether it was poetry, whether we're just talking like this, whether I was talking on my own or talking to the walls, I just love to talk. So it wasn't radio. At first it was journalism in the aspect of news presenting. But yeah, later on, whatever God brings, you allow.
That's it.
Yeah, so that would, I think that was me. Yeah, growing up.
Did you ever get into trouble for talking too much?
Talking too much? No.
So
That's a strange thing. Let me tell you something. I was homeschooled. All throughout.
Nice.
I'm talking grade 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was homeschooled. So being in spaces like this, if you took a 14-year-old me and brought her here,
Really?
the saga I get anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I get such anxiety when I'm around people. And I think my job now opened me up to like people. Like usually I would step into spaces and of course you see those things where people, she feels she's a cool kid. She has a big head, what? But I actually have anxiety talking to people. I would be like, what do you say now? You get So I wouldn't get in trouble. Now I do though. But back then,
That's what you're saying now.
No.
people would wonder. My own family would say, "Oh, you're together."
My God.
Like when introducing me, they would be like, my sister is called Daniela, Stephanie, and Deborah. Now you're together. So it was that kind of
Just like
thing.
that?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, so it's a shocker now. Many people are shocked. But look at me now.
Let's go. Anyway, because I'm even surprised. It brings a big story. So Beast MVP is 2023.
Yes.
So who really told you about that?
Hey, who told me about the Beast MVPs?
Yeah.
I think it was our girl, the popular Christine Nampera.
Oh.
I saw her record a video. I think I saw a video of her on TikTok posting about it. So she was telling people to sign up and whatnot. I think back then, especially 2023, even now, NRG was like that cool brand. All these celebrities, every to a vibe and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I have to. But like after seeing that video, what motivated me most was, in this country, it's not that easy to get jobs. It's really not easy to get jobs. So for me, I was in a place where I was like, I need my money. I'm tired of you go to ask for money from your parents and you have to write a consent letter. They call it a application letter. As if applying for a loan.
And you have to pay back.
Exactly. No, I don't have to pay back. But it's like an application letter. You go and you're like, what are you going to use the money for?
Why all this money?
They even give you a budget. And say, I don't want to be exactly. I don't want to be governed by a budget. So I was like, what motivated me most was like I wanted a job. Yeah, and I remember that I could talk. So yes, I signed up, and
So
it was an interesting journey.
applying for this MV is like you don't have any course of you doing radio presenting on like studying for it.
I didn't have any course.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have any course because what I love about NRG is like they give an opportunity to all. Like usually you go to companies and then they tell you write this kind of letter, then you write a long letter, 10 pages, which they may never look at, by the way.
Properly.
But NRG gave you an opportunity to actually audition. That is like to sit in a room where there are judges, talented individuals who actually went to school for these things and like have them critique or judge you. So I didn't have any course. I would say though, growing up, I played a role in so many auditions. I would audition, where there was poetry speaking, and there was expressive reading, and I would win medals for these things. So I feel like in a way that was training me for what I'm doing now.
What you're doing right now.
Yeah.
I was asking, how is homeschool like?
How is that?
Like, what's the experience?
It's my first time.
It's you and the world. Against the world. Homeschooling. It's a love and hate relationship. I love the fact that what can I say? Because I don't want my parents to watch this podcast. So I have to say something nice. I don't want to watch a podcast and say, you're not grateful. I'm grateful for the experience because in homeschooling, I feel like I got to take life in its stages. I did P1 at Lohana. One term. P1 one term. But like during that time, I felt like I had gone from an 8-year-old to a 17-year-old, both in the way I was acting and the things I would say. And I think that's what motivated my parents mostly to like remove me from that. Because sometimes your environment can change you. So like didn't like the changes that at that young age I was knowing things I shouldn't be knowing, saying things I shouldn't be saying, and I was like, and like I think that was a motivation where my parents were like, no.
Too sharp.
So when I started homeschooling, I didn't like it. I was unhappy. I was so unhappy. Like, I would call people and be like, could you please help me write a petition letter? And we submitted to my parents and said, reasons why I should not be homeschooled. A, I'm not going to go to prom. B, no donkey.
So you never got to have any.
No,
My God.
none of that. None of that.
Homeschool.
Right now, I'm making up for it. Either when you see me outside, no, it's revenge time.
You're paying back.
I'm paying back. So I do love the experience. I got to like take life in its stages, like be a kid and then be a teenager. I wasn't too crazy. Like, you know, when you hear these stories from schools of this one did this with what and who and whatnot, I like the experience it gave me. And I think for me it was the best thing because in a way it helped me to, I had the right influences around me, let me say. Yeah. Whereas where I was in like mainstream and whatnot, I didn't exactly have the right influences. And yeah, but at the same time, it takes away from your social life because I was an antisocial kid. Like before I say hi to people, I even have to like rehearse in my head, like, how am I going to talk to them and whatnot? And I know right now I don't give homeschooled vibes, but like before it was that bad. So like I didn't like to talk. That's a bad part of it. Like I feel like even now, getting friends is hard. I would say like I have 5 friends, people that I can call my friends, and I've met them now, like in my adulthood, whatever phase. And yeah, it takes away from your social life. I would have probably had more friends because not gonna lie, I would have been a cool kid in school.
So the transition, though, how
My
did that
God.
happen?
The transition.
Yeah, for you to be like able to talk to people like that, you're working on a radio interview, all these games.
The transition was crazy. So not to get emotional, but like my mom passed when I was like 16. So my mom was it's okay. My mom was the kind of person who was very strict. Like, what are you, 18, 19? Your curfew is what? 4 p.m.
My God.
3 p.m. 4 p.m. is latest. Whether you what, like she was a kind of strict, So like at that time I did people even tell me now I have some people that I knew from back then who would say, if it wasn't for that you wouldn't have known what even a club means. You wouldn't have known. My mom was very strict, very biblical, very godly. And the transition happened during that time. So now my dad is like the laid back guy. My dad is a guy who can come here and we kubeka bozi. We'll have like 10 Smirnoffs, we'll what and whatnot, we'll have donkey. He's that kind of cool guy. He's just a cool guy. That's when the transition happened. When my father took over. Because my dad is the kind of person who's like, you're young. Like, you're young kids, enjoy your life, make your mistakes. If you make mistakes and they hurt you, you'll cry about them on your own. So that's his approach. You know, my mom was like, this one, you're staying here by my feet, you're not leaving, what? And the transition happened then, I would say. Yeah. And how has it been? It's been fun. It's been fun from going to the antisocial kid, the person who stands on tables at parties and leaves after seeing the sunrise. Ooh, it's been fun.
Seeing you for the first time, they wouldn't even know that type of homeschool. What.
That's why I think WAWULIDDE is so good, I swear. Because we needed this story right here, I swear.
I'm telling you. Even my boss was like, are you sure? I told him, oh, brother, you know I was homeschooled. You don't look like a kid who was homeschooled.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, Nanti, you guys are the ones who spoiled me. But I was. So the transition, I think, it has been good. I've met so many new people. Had so many experiences. Got to learn real life before. Even to cross the road, I couldn't. At 18. Ask my sister, she has to hold my hand. Like, I was so bad at social life. Anything outside of soft girl life, too much.
So, you remember you mentioned not being called for the Beast End Rookies as a winner.
Yes.
How did that feel?
I cried. I was trying to be happy for the people who are cold, but I was also like,
I swear, like, okay.
I cried nakaba. I didn't know why I cried. Where am I going to get salary?
It's a first part for that job.
Who's going to pay me? For me, I wanted money.
Okay, we're also victims, by the way. Because this very year, again, you had Beast MVP. Not
yes.
So, we also applied.
You're part of the Beast MVPs.
Yes. And I think that's why you said you've seen us somewhere.
Then you guys elected us.
Have you seen a clip that has WAWULIDDE Mama Tata singer?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I've seen your TikTok. I was watching all those TikToks obsessively.
So,
oh wow.
By the way, it was so hurting because you guys posted us again. I think we got so many views, so many comments. Because I even got a comment from King Honey saying that I'm like the next. But it really, really, really hard. I don't know, but you know what? Comebacks are really good because after that,
so good.
After that is when we came up with this idea of having WAWULIDDE the talk show, man.
That's amazing. For me, I would say, of course it hurts because who wouldn't want to be a part of the madness at NRG? Like, to be honest, even me today, I stand here as a grateful recipient of all that madness.
Speaking of that madness, though. Sorry, you're still going on, my bad.
Which madness? So it did hurt. I was so hurt. I cried for 2 weeks. There were even times I'd go out with my friends and I would have to go to the bathroom to cry again. But from what hurt me was the salary. Some come money. So yeah, that's how I felt. Bad, terrible.
Anyway, me what hurt me, I was just ready to start. Because I feel I had potential. Why not? You know, I had something to bring on the table, man. So anyway.
But never stop. Let me tell you something. Never stop going after what you want. Because I know there were about 6,000 applications now. When you think about 6,000 applications, even you get a headache. Like people who are watching all those videos, and you know, in Uganda we have talent. Banange, we have talent. Yeah. We have such good talent. So even for my bosses, it was difficult to choose. The people I know they let go of where they were like, you're letting go of them, but your heart is the other side and that side and where and everywhere. But I would say just keep building your brand. Like build a very big brand to the point that we are making partnerships at NRG. It's not like a partnership thing.
They reach out and do.
Yeah. And the way you guys were reading the names on radio,
you're like,
we used to be at work.
I said that was
every day that week.
Every day
that week. All the shows could be waiting. When they don't read us.
Never give someone hope and then break their hearts. Man. That really hit me so hard. So hard because, man, being reposted again, hearing King Honey say, man, that guy is some Gucci hat, what, blah, blah. Then again, I'm not making it to the 120 or 106.
Yeah.
Man, so I really thought.
No, because I didn't lie. You guys are talented. We're not talented. Hey, mama. 6,000 applications.
But anyway, that really told me that I shouldn't sit on myself. I need to wake up and do something. Because if someone is really rating me, then what am I doing?
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. So you're asking me about what?
How like it felt being called again.
How did you get a job?
I was like, I really wanted you.
Take us to that moment.
So tell us, you're there, you've done all the crying. Is it just a phone call then?
So this is how it started. So they would call me to, usually they give presenters vacation and whatnot. So they would call me to fill in. So then at a certain point they were like, Chidavika, she's the one we've been looking and waiting for. And then so they called me to fill in for, I think at that time, I don't know if it was Sean or Sheila, one of the two had gone on vacation. So I filled in for some time and they were like, why don't we just give you a contract? But at the time the contract they gave me was my boss calls it something special. Something presenter. So a presenter who is basically on when other guys are not around, because they do get vacation days. So at first I was like, okay, still a contract, still money, we're still earning. So I was like, yeah, sign, bring a
Wanted
document.
the bread, she's now getting bread.
Now I'm getting the bread. I can't complain. So I signed the papers and I was excited because now I was a part of it. And like I would find myself being there 3 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes 5 times a month. But I was still a part of the team. Now I'm getting energy, my fingerprint is there. So how it felt? I've never shown off so much in my life.
It must be a foot, honestly.
I've never shown off so much in my life because, at that point where you want to show everyone who hated you, doubted you, and you're like, look at me now. Where are you?
Look at me now.
So it felt good. I felt like, this is God's doing. Because I really prayed about it, by the way. A lot of people don't know, but I would pray. Whenever I would apply, those reapplications, actually the auditions, I would pray. I would pray and I would pray. So it felt like an answered prayer.
Mashallah.
Yeah, so that was it. It felt good. And then later I ended up getting a show. It's called NRG Pregame, by the way, every Saturday from midday to 4 p.m. I host it with Gaga, I host it with Kuhani, I host it with Cross. And let me say something, this show, at first I was anxious. I was like, hosting with new people, different personalities, But I love my team so much, I wouldn't trade them for anything. So it feels good even having a more permanent position in the company. And having to work with amazing people. I mean, I love Gaga, I love Kuhani, I love Cross. I think we make a good and fabulous team. And I was over the moon. That's why every week you see me, I have to post at least once that I'm at NRG. So you don't forget that I signed the contract.
So, Debby, first it was part-time. So from part-time then to being full-time work at NRG Radio. So how was that experience of part-time then to full-time? Did you really get nervous? Did you say, now I have to really put in that work?
I didn't. Because you remember, I'm filling in on shows where I don't have a lot of chemistry with people. So even before I show up, I feel myself, what do you say now? And you have to perform because remember, my boss tunes in. My boss doesn't sugarcoat. If you haven't done a good job, he'll tell you, I really hate about you care. I really hate the work that you don't that time. So he'll tell you, damn it, to die and not, something like that. So I was like, now I have to perform. It was scary because, as I said, I was not permanent on those shows. And usually on radio, you have to build chemistry with the people you're hosting with. So it's difficult. If today I'm on this show, tomorrow I'm on AM with Panda. The next day I'm on Oba with show. But I would have to say that my team the people that I worked with made it very easy for me. They were very welcoming. They made me feel comfortable. So I was able to host shows and build a bond with some of these new people, different people, people who had already been there for a long time. So working part-time, it wasn't hard. I was able to gain my footing. And if you ask many people there, they will tell you that, Debby actually grew. Because back then, if you tuned in when I just started on radio, you'd even hear you'd hear my heartbeat. You'd hear my heartbeat. You'd hear me then you'd even hear my overthinking. So it's been a journey, but I'm grateful and they made it easy for me. My team, I love my team. I love my colleagues. They make it easy for me every day. Yeah.
So how does it feel being on here, presenting?
Nowadays I just have fun. I'm just pretend this is Bandali.
It's good that you're having fun and your job, you're getting paid to have fun.
Exactly.
That's the
So
best part of it.
how it feels, as I said, I just have fun. It depends, by the way. On radio, you have to bring 100% every day because people who are listening in do not care whether your cat got a heart attack in the morning, or whether you saw the sunrise at Bandari, whether what, you have to bring energy. And so I would say my job is fun because it teaches me to get into that element of where my best self, I'm bubbly, and all those different things. So I would say it's at first it was nerve-wracking. I would overthink everything. I would be there and I'm like, what? They would give me rules, don't do, on air has rules, as well as like anything else, any other job in life. And sometimes you'd feel like you forgot them. Sometimes you go home feeling like a failure. Like, those are things that went through my mind. Like, sometimes you're like, am I even good enough? After I make a small mistake, you're like, am I good enough?
You're seeing how these other guys are doing it
so perfectly.
Exactly.
My God.
Because most of them are people who have been in entertainment for a while.
It's very easy for them to
Speaking
be
of that, who's your favorite person there? Or favorite team? If that's okay to say.
My team.
Your team.
My team.
Yeah.
I am an advocate for my team.
Like, besides that, when you're just put there, you're like, maybe I love working with Panda also.
Whose energy do you think really drives you, Whose energy?
I love, I would have to shout out Sean Breezy. Sean Breezy, I think, is the most humble, most nice, most welcoming guy you can ever meet. Because I feel like for me, going into radio, I was scared. And at that time, by the way, when I got into like the whole Beast MVPs, I was about to cross over into adulthood. I was still a teenager.
Oh.
I was like, 19? So like for me, it was scary. It was really scary because I'm like, these are seasoned professionals. But like a person like Sean, every time Sean greets you with the same energy, he would greet Sheila and Vance. Sean welcomes you with that same energy. And that's important for someone to feel at home. Yeah. That's important for someone to feel welcome. So like I'll forever give Sean, because Sean is a beast in everything he does. Radio presenting, beast. Whether it's emceeing, beast. Good. Personality, beast. He's like such a good person. So I'd say in the very beginning it was Sean and who else? Panda. Working with Panda is so good as well. It's so easy. By the way, Crystal Panda just has a heart for people, I would say. When I went on his show, it wasn't like I'm a guest presenter or I'm just here to like, fill in for someone else. He made me feel a part of that team as well. And that's why I remember I did a show or two with Panda, and every time people would call me and be like, your show with Panda, 100%, love it. What? Because when I'm nervous, I start to break Uganda. But when I'm with Panda,
Panda has energy, good energy.
So I would say Sean and Prezi, Crystal Panda. If we're talking about the on-air guys, we're not talking about the behind-the-scenes career. Yeah, so the on-air guys, Crystal Panda, Sean and Prezi. I'm trying to think of older shows as well. And for me, I would say those were the people I mostly worked with, and I felt like welcomed me the most. I mean, the whole team welcomed me as a whole, but like, those are people that will forever stand out in my head.
Big ups to Sean and Panda.
Yeah, big ups to Sean and Panda.
But get their flowers.
Yeah, but like personally, work at NRG, everyone is genuinely nice. Everyone cares. They really care about you, by the way. Which you may not find in other workplaces. They really care about you. They care how you're doing. You have conversations. You sit there, you bond, and you'll be like, hey, this is shocking. This is new. So, yeah.
So, Debby, how do you connect with your audience?
My audience? How do I connect with by being myself. Because for me, I usually try to relate with people of my age. Because like I am still very young. So I try to bring a vibe that a young person like me would love to hear on radio. So like through my personality is how I connect with my audience, and using the fact that I can easily influence my peers and my age group. And so that's how I try to connect with them, because I try to really relate with people who are my age. Like what I could be like through inspiration, through just laughing and goofing around, making jokes, saying dumb stuff. And yeah, that's how I connect with them, just being myself, bringing my personality and also my age range. My age range type of stuff. Yeah.
So Debby, how do you handle, like, there are days you wake up and really you're not in the mood. You wake up, you feel so tired, as if you're beaten up or what, but still work is calling, you have to be at work. So how do you really, how do you get yourself, ready? And you know what? Because I swear, energy needs energy. Even the way you start the show, this is NRG Radio. You don't have to come dozing like you still feel sleepy. No. So you have to bring that again. So how does Debby wake up like on a day she's having like some flu or what, but she says, you know what, I'm bringing my A game before I step, Clement Hill Road, what, I have energy. So how do you really prepare?
Let me tell you, as you said, energy needs energy. Buzz. So, on days like that, you force yourself. Actually, remember something that motivates you. For me, it's money. Actually, remember money. Maybe the days I just want to sleep, I'm like, you know what, today, no. Then I remember, how will you earn more money if you're sleeping on job? But I also remember my boss usually says no excuses. There's a time I decided to be stupid. I went out, I lost my voice, and I was like, Kevin, I can't make it today. My boss was like, that's on you.
Hey.
So they did work. And so I think remembering that part of why they pay me is showing up regardless of how I feel. That's part of the reason why they pay me. Like I have to show up. And I have to bring that energy. You find it within yourself. You find what motivated you to start this job, what is motivating you to stay in this job. And then that's what you use as a clutch on days when you feel like, oh, I did. Oh, Nedda. So that's what I use for my motivation, money, my family. I love my younger siblings. So like I would like to work out to a point where like I also get to like show them or give them the nicer things in life. So such things motivate me. Family, money, and
Anyway, though you make it scary, man.
So yes. So
guys without ambition.
So guys without ambition is a no for me. If you're broke and trying to do something about it, then maybe we can do something about it to like change the situation. But if you have a broke guy who depends on everyone but yourself, far from me. Yeah.
So are you advising your fellow youth, actually girls, to go for broke men who have ambitions?
Don't go for broke men who have ambitions. If you can avoid broke men altogether, please do. But if you feel like you really like him, make sure he has ambition. Make sure he has a goal, like somewhere he wants to. Because there are people dating that they a plan. They know one thing, Bandari and whereby even the drinks they buy at Bandari, they buy on borrowed money. Some men.
Anyway, Debbie, what would you really say about your journey so far?
At NRG.
Are you so grateful, like right now, cause like homeschooling, right now being like an active person, cause.
What I would say about my journey so far is I would say it's been good. It's really been good to like even develop like my talent and give me a platform where I can share it. And I always like to tell people like I'm really, really grateful to God that I have this opportunity to use my voice and to also grow, because I'm not where I started. Let me tell you guys, when I started, I even have a stomach. I was so nervous, But what I can say is God can really play a huge role in your success if you let him, like in your wins and in your what. So for me, being grateful, I'm grateful to God. He's done what has helped me grow. The days where I would pray where like, hey, God, today, I don't think I'm that good, or I don't think this. And God would answer. And like we have a relationship where we can talk, and I can easily talk to God. Like whatever challenge I face in life, could be at work, could be in personal life, and that's how I've been able to grow. So yeah, I think it's contributed to 99% of like my success. Praying about everything, could be the smallest thing. It could be but being prayerful has given me a lot of the people around me. First of all, out of the wins that I've been able to gather, and pray.
So do you also feel like working at NRG has opened up more opportunities for you?
Yes, it has. Most especially to like use my voice. I've been able to like MC a couple of times as well, but I wouldn't say that's exactly like my passion. That's why I'm not like exactly pushing for it. If it is something I do in the future, maybe, but I would rather just be on air and maybe do other things on the side. It has opened doors. I've gotten to meet so many people I used to idolize. First of all, like the people I would watch their social media pages, scroll. I've met them. I've gotten to work with them. I've gotten to use my voice because I do use my voice a lot for voiceovers. I have MC'd, and yeah, this is just some of the opportunities that are starting to come in due to like NRG Radio. Because now I know at least I have influential people who can advocate for me in different spaces, and I think that's That's very important. It's very important to have a good network of people around you. So it has helped me, especially in the network bit of it. Yeah. And everyone loves to be associated with. You work with NRG. Oh! The days I haven't paid bills.
I took a pic of, I think, who was it?
Empress Eka.
Empress Eka.
Yeah.
I took a pic of her without actually her noticing.
Hey.
Because she was wearing an NRG shirt, and I was like, let me just take this pic.
Uh-huh.
So then after, I realized this is the Empress Eka on the radio.
Exactly. You see, like people start to know you from nowhere. I've gone in places, I've gone to restaurants, and I haven't paid a bill.
Oh.
People just come, oh my God, you're on radio. Everything is free. I'm like, wow. Now I get to earn money, I don't have to use it. Wow, I love this
life. Your presence.
Exactly, I get paid for my presence. You go out and like people want to be around you, want to be associated with you. It's helped me meet a lot of good people.
So there are more parts,
A
lot of parts with it.
Catchy. So yeah, it's been a good journey. I've met so many people. As I said, I've gotten to network. Like people like Queso Panda. I used to listen to all his songs, and I'm like, Wakabi Panda.
Now you see me do Wakabi.
I pass him and I'm like, yo, bro, Wagwan.
My God, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is so cool. So yeah, there are many facts.
You're breaking my heart.
Anytime now.
The day I was compared, I went to my mom. Because there's one day we were like arguing. Then my mom was supporting like this guy that works at NBS. Who is that? Douglas.
Yes, Douglas Langa.
I was saying, Stop Panda is hard. My mom was saying, you don't know Douglas. Douglas has been in this game for a while and it's too hard. But anyway, I just love Christo Panda because there's a way he was connecting to this young audience. Christo Panda used to have those parties that schools, that's why I really said, you know what? He used to also come for like proms.
Oh wow, yes.
I said, you know what? I cannot like fail to support Christo Panda. So the day I had King Honey like just doing that comparison. You know what?
Comparison of who?
Of me.
She was like next Christo Panda.
To Christo Panda. So I even kept that video by
Big up King Honey.
And a big up King Honey. Thank you for that cover.
Keep energy as well.
Let me tell you guys, everyone is on their journey, by the way.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. What someone accomplishes in like 2 years, it might take you 10 years to accomplish. But like it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that you're different journeys. So like you could say this year was a no for like the best MVPs, and then next year or the next 2 years a yes. I would give an example. In Kenya, there's NRG Radio Kenya. There's a lady. I've forgotten her name. It's not Rita. She said the Mike Messiah. I've forgotten her name. I think I'll remember it. I think it's Aziza. Yes. Now, she did apply for Beast MVPs for some time. I think she applied for it 5 times every year, consecutively. If I read that story right, I hope I read it right. She applied the first year, second year, third year. I don't know if she got it like the 4th year or the 5th year, but like that kind of dedication. And now she's one of the biggest media personalities. No, not even at the radio station. In Kenya. She's such a big media personality that opened so many doors for her. But like, see how long it took her to even get in. You get, so what I would say is you're all on different journeys. I might get it this year, you get it next year. Yeah. So just appreciate your journey and grow wherever you are. In whatever stage of life you are, just grow and flourish. Yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah. Any more questions about my personal life? Yeah.
By the way, anyway, about that, we didn't get your name properly.
Oh,
By the way, because we've been calling you Debby. Yeah.
My name is actually Deborah.
Don't you see?
My name is Deborah. My family name is Kiggwe, but my name, is Nachigwe, because I'm a Muganda.
Mashallah.
So my name is Deborah Mirembe Amelia Nachigwe.
How many names are those? 4.
4. And the family name is Chigwe. That's my dad's name, the one we all use.
So no past schools, cause homeschooling.
Past schools. Aside from Lohana, my dear. Homeschooling.
Uni, the same thing.
Only you or
Uni? No. Uni, I'll let you know. Uni, I'll let you know. But like for uni, I haven't decided yet. Let me not spill the beans here.
Oh.
Let me keep quiet. I haven't decided yet. It's not like I want to drop out, but I haven't decided which uni I want to go for. Because like growing up, I always had like a dream of like traveling abroad for university. But like now I have a job. So I'm like going to travel abroad only not to have a job, to struggle to even get a job. And then you're also studying, that's stress. So like for uni, I would say this year, I've been thinking about it a lot, like where to go. Not if I'm definitely doing uni. I'm definitely going to study. By the way, guys, study.
Okay.
Like, what's that more memorable moment, in your career where you felt like,
the first time, I think when I hosted with Etania, it was like, wow.
You were humbled?
It's like, wow, it's Etania. So I think the first time I did a show with Etania, I was really humbled because like any other girl or even like boy child, like who went to any events or whatnot, Etania was
so cool.
Wow, she was a Rihanna of Uganda. Uncle Waffles. But like,
that's how I see her till now.
Exactly. So in my career, the first time I felt like, hey, I've made it. As in, like I actually hosted a show with Etania. We did a show with her, DJ VX5 and I. And I was trying not to cry. I was like, are you sure? We were sitting next to each other and like having a conversation. So like that for me was the time where I was like, wow, because I used to dream, dreaming of getting a selfie. Nigga, when I was a celebrity, you can't reach them. After they finish the concert, it's where?
But now you work with these guys, eh?
Yeah, so for me, that was the day that I started. That Kali, you're going to do big things. Yeah, so that was it. Working with her was like, it was a dream come true. Because I always thought of like, maybe just like meeting her, having a conversation with her, maybe partying with her. So like when I worked with Tanya, I went home. I didn't want to wash my aura. I didn't want to wash my aura.
So Debbie, my question is, what advice would you give to that 10-year-old Debbie?
What advice would I give to 10-year-old me? I would tell her that you're going to do amazing. Like, don't doubt yourself, and like don't feel like people don't be silenced. Because I feel like growing up, she was very like silent. So I'd say don't be silent, share your voice with people, and like also don't be so worried about what could go wrong and what could go right. Just go for whatever you want to go for. You make your mistakes along the way, but at the end of the day, I'm sure mistakes, or what's the opposite of mistakes? Corrections. Rights or wrongs. They'll lead you where you need to be. So don't be afraid to like try new opportunities, meet new people, and go out of your comfort zone. And I'd also tell her that you're destined for so much more, and you're loved by future me, past me, and you're loved by people. So and you're perfect just the way you are. Yeah.
That's good. So my last question will be like, apart from Etania, who would you want to work with?
In NRG or outside?
Outside.
Outside. Drake. Drake. Even if I'm just standing there or holding his bottle, it's okay. Even if I just hold the bottle, like, wow, certified bottle holder.
I wish Drake would see this podcast.
Without my
I'll be your boss.
Drizzy Drake. Even if I need to help him with the fan, I need to be the fan, and I help him to cool down. It's okay. It's a job I'm willing to take on. So, guys, Drake. I can't even wash his tires. And I have soft life there, mama. Yeah, so it would be Drake 100%.
Shout out to Drake.
And then in Uganda, Shiba
Karunji.
I love Shiba Karunji. Shiba, I love you.
Another Shiba holic.
Shiba Nkwetaga. Shiba Nkwetaga. Watching Nkwetaga. So I would love to work with Shiba because Shiba is someone. I used to play Shiba songs on repeat. Every song she produced, I would exhaust it during that week. Like everyone knew that I loved Shiba. I've grown up loving Shiba. I love her talent. I love how she's been able to go from this to this to this to this, year in, year out. Sheba is outdoing herself. Like, look at the concert she held. She was pregnant, guys.
And mad performance.
Some of you get flu, you can't work. Sheba was pregnant.
Handling all that pressure, man.
Exactly.
Having someone inside there, so singing.
Exactly. So Sheba is someone that inspires all young girls, especially me. Especially Sheba inspires me, and I love her drive. I love her work ethic. I love how she really doesn't care whether you think what of her. I love that she is always so confident and always ready to do boss moves, get her money up. And like I'm so happy for her. I hope she calls me one day.
Now for real, it's out there in the universe.
Call me.
After hearing that, it takes me back to what you've been saying.
Money.
That lady is really after the money, I swear.
She makes money. And the fact that she's one of those people who make money and use it also to help the people around her.
Yeah, she does.
People don't do that. There's people who make money and they go to Dubai and forget
they eat alone. They shop alone.
They go, they forget family, they forget siblings, they forget everyone. She has helped her family. She's helped her friends, the people around her. She's contributed so much to people's careers. So I would say, yeah.
No, that success, because whenever you help, that's
it comes back to you.
Yeah, people are praying for you, definitely.
Exactly, it comes back to you. So she's been able to do so much, and like for me, as a child, Nali is now kwatako. I did a whole dance, every dance. What other song? I would blast basically all Jordania Munabieko. Whatever. I memorize the whole song. But now, as time has gone by, I decided, let me give the song Jordan a break.
Anyway, Debbie, for your final remarks to the people that love you, people that like listen to you on radio, anything for them.
But I will tell the people who love me, I love you too. Even those who hate me, I love you too. If you love me, I love you too. If you hate me, I love you. If you want to talk bad on my name, I won't talk bad on your name because but to anyone out there who loves what I do, loves my work, I would love to say that hopefully we'll get to meet one day, because I love meeting people who are inspired or love what I do. I love it. I love it when we can vibe together. It could be for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 second. And so to anyone out there who may also want a word of inspiration, keep going. The sky has never been the limit. Let the white man not lie to you.
Yeah.
The sky is the limit. No, there's no limit.
There's no limit.
Go for it. And like just keep showing up every day. And one day it will pay off. And pray. So that would be my final remarks to anyone out there.
All right.
So lastly for me though, do you have any upcoming projects that you would want to tell the people about? And also, where can they find you, follow you on socials?
Okay, you can find me on all socials, TikTok, X, and Twitter. X is Twitter, X and Instagram, all of it. You can find me at Debby Kiggwe. That's DEBBY KIGGWE. And like any upcoming project, I would say I love the element of surprise. Tomorrow I might announce that I'm running for president.
Not in Uganda.
It's going to be Switzerland and I told you guys, no limits. So for me, I love the element of surprise. I love people to see when I finish completing the project. People do not want good for other people. So for me, you see my project when I finish working on it.
Okay.
What's the word for Kuloga?
Well, anyway, so that's been our episode. Episode 8, Debby K, the building, with WAWULIDDE boys, definitely. Definitely, big energy.
Yeah.
Energy here.
As a must.